हेलो दोस्तों, बिगनर्स पॉइंट में आपका स्वागत है और अभी हम कर रहे हैं करंट अफेयर्स। 14 अक्टूबर आज की, ठीक है। सिविल एविएशन मिनिस्टर राम मोहन नायडू इंट्रोड्यूस अलायंस एयर्स फेयर से फुर्सत फिक्स्ड एयर फेयर स्कीम। मिनिस्टर ऑफ सिविल एविएशन श्री राम मोहन नायडू इन Jirapu inaugurated Fair Se Fursat, a historic initiative by India's government-owned regional carrier Alliance Air. Fair Se Fursat is aimed at giving passengers freedom from the stress of fluctuating airfares and promoting ease of flying in the country. Under this scheme, Alliance Air will offer a single fixed fare that remains constant regardless of the booking date, even on the day of departure. The initiative will be implemented on a pilot basis from October 13 to December 31, 2025 across selected routes to evaluate its operational feasibility and passenger response. The minister also shared his broader vision for making Indian aviation more passenger centric. Since taking charge of the ministry, my focus has been on making aviation more people oriented, inspired by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's vision under Udan. We have launched Udan Yatri cafes offering a tea for rupees 10, coffee for rupees 20 and snacks for rupees 20 at airports. Union Minister for Commerce and Industry Shri Piyush Goyal launched LEAPS 2025 to benchmark logistics excellence in India. Union Minister for Commerce and Industry Shri Piyush Goyal launched the Logistics Excellence Advancement, the Performance Shield (LEAPS) 2025 during the event marking the fourth anniversary of PM Gati Shakti at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. LEAPS is a flagship initiative of the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade (DPIIT) under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Aims to benchmark logistics excellence, strengthen India's competitiveness, and align with the vision of the National Logistics Policy (NLP) and PM Gati Shakti. LEAPS is a flagship initiative of the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade (DPIIT) under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Aims to benchmark logistics excellence, strengthen India's competitiveness, and align with the vision of the National Logistics Policy (NLP) and PM Gati Shakti. LEAPS 2025 has been conceptualized to acknowledge and celebrate best practices, innovation, and leadership within India's logistics industry. It covers a wide spectrum of logistics players, including air, road, sea, and rail freight operators, warehousing, multimodal transporters, MSMEs, startups, and academia. The initiative also emphasizes sustainability, ESG, environmental, social, and governance practices, and green logistics, encouraging collaboration between government, industry, and academia to enhance efficiency, transparency, and resilience in the logistics ecosystem. Registrations for LEAPS 2025 are now open on the Rashtriya Puruskar portal. Awards.government.in. Interested applicants can submit their entries by 15th November 2025. Applications are invited across the following three categories: core logistics, air freight service provider, road freight service provider, maritime freight service provider, rail freight service provider, multimodal transport operators, warehouse service provider, industrial and consumables, warehouse service provider, agriculture, MSME, logistics service provider, startups, logistics technology service provider, logistics operations service provider, institutions, education institute promoting logistics sector, special category, logistics service delivery for e-commerce operations, multimodal logistics service provider, 3PL, service provider, freight forwarder, custom broker and agent. LEAPS 2025 builds upon the transformative vision of PM Gati Shakti and the National Logistics Policy (NLP) 2022, aiming to promote efficiency, competitiveness, and sustainability in India's logistics sector. RBI easy rupee lending to boost trade with Bhutan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) has revised the rules to allow banks in the country and their overseas branches branches to lend to persons resident in and peer bank in Bhutan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. This is expected to facilitate cross-border trade transactions, including payments. The RBI said it has also extended the time for repatriating money in foreign currency accounts maintained in the International Financial Services Center (IFSC) in India from 1 month to their months. This will encourage Indian exporters to open accounts with IFSC banking units and increase foreign exchange liquidity in the IFSC. Joel Mokyar, Philippe Agnew, Peter Hoyt win Nobel Prize in Economics. The 2025 Nobel Prize in Economic Science has been awarded to Joel Mokyar, Philippe Agnew, and Peter Hoyt for their work on innovation-driven economic growth. The Nobel Committee said. Mokyar, a professor at Northwestern University in the US, received half of the prize for identifying the prerequisites of sustained growth through technological progress. The other half was jointly conferred to French economist Iguhen of Collège de France and Howard of Brown University for developing the theory of sustained growth through creative destruction. India's retail inflation slips 99-month low of 1.54% in September. A minor uptick in August, India's retail inflation moderated significantly in September to hit a 99th-month low of 1.54%, with food prices dropping 2.3% from a year ago, marking the most beginning print for the volatile and essential component of the household spending basket since December 2018. With September's price rise pace coming under the central bank's inflation tolerance range of 2% of 6%, the average inflation through the second quarter Q2 of 2025-26 is 1.74%, at a tad below the Reserve Bank of India RBI projection of 1.8% for Q2 as well as Q3. Receding inflation pressures could lend more comfort for the Monetary Policy Committee of the RBI, which chose to keep interest rates unchanged for the second time at its bi-monthly review that concluded on October 1 to focus on growth. The RBI has lowered its inflation projection for fiscal year 26 to 2.6%, with Q4 expected to clock a higher average of 4%. The National Statistics Office (NSO) estimated that rural inflation cooled sharply from 1.69% in August to 1.07% in September, while urban inflation eased from 2.4% to 2.04%. Food prices were 2.17% lower in rural India and 2.47% down in urban centers. SBI grants loans of rupees 74,434 crore to 2.25 lakh MSME via digital means. State Bank of India said it has provided loans worth 74,434 crore to 2.25 lakh MSMEs in less than 1 hour through SME digital business loans platform in the last 15 months. SBI launched SME digital business loans in June 2024, which enables the MSME entrepreneur to apply online for credit requirements up to 5 crore. MSME advances have been identified as the focal point for the bank's growth and profitability over the next 5 years, and this innovative product marks a leap forward in digitalization by offering SMEs a digital loan journey with an end-to-end sanction turnaround time of up to 45 minutes. SME digital business loans leverages cutting-edge technology and a robust ecosystem. SMS SBI launched SME digital business loans in June 2024, which enables the MSME entrepreneur to apply online for credit requirements up to 5 crore. MSME advance have been identified as the focal point for the bank's growth and profitability over the next 5 years, and this innovative product marks a leap forward in our digitalization by offering SMEs digital loan journey with an end-to-end sanction turnaround time to time of up to 45 minutes. SME digital business loans leverages cutting-edge technology and a robust ecosystem of APIs to streamline the lending process, SBI said in a statement. Notably, for loans up to rupees 50 lakh, SBI has waived the requirement for financial statements, relying instead on transaction history and GST returns for appraisal, it said. Kaziranga director becomes first India to receive IUCN Award for Innovation in National Parks. Sonali Ghosh, the director of Kaziranga National Park and Tiger Reserve, has become the first Indian to receive an international award for innovation in national parks and protected areas sustainability. She received the Canton R. Miller Award, constituted by the World Commission on Protected Areas (WCPA), along with Ecuador Recu Simon Sevilla Ilaria at function in Abu Dhabi on October 10. Niti Aayog released report on India's blue economy strategy for harnessing deep sea and offshore fisheries. Niti Aayog released a report on India's blue economy strategy for harnessing deep sea and offshore fisheries. This report was formally launched by Professor Ramesh Chandra, Member Agriculture Niti Aayog, and Shri VVR Subramaniam, CEO Niti Aayog, in a special event attended by representatives from the fisheries sector, maritime states, and stakeholders organizations. India is the second largest fish producing country in the world, accounting for 8% of global production. India's fisheries sector supports nearly 30 million livelihoods and contributes significantly to exports, with fishery products earning 60,523 crore in fiscal year 2023-24. GST rationalization, cultivating growth, crafting prosperity in Mizoram. GST cut from 18% to 5% on processed Mizo bird eye chili, ginger, turmeric to benefit farmers and promote exports. Processed fruit products, including passion fruit, juice and pulp, now taxed at 5%, creating jobs in local food units. All bamboo and cane products brought under a 5% GST slab, supporting rural artisan and eco-friendly livelihoods. Hotel rooms up to 75,000 per night, taxed 5%, making Mizoram more attractive for travelers and boosting employment. Mizoram's economy is deeply rooted in its land and forest, from organic species and horticulture crops to bamboo crafts and ecotourism. The Mizo bird eye chili, a GI tagged organic crop, is one of the most distinctive agricultural products of the state. It is mainly grown in the districts of Linglei, Siha, and Lungtlai, where the climate and soil are ideal for its cultivation. Mizoram produced about 10,981 metric tons of miso chili in 2021. Ginger and turmeric are among Mizoram's most important cash crops and exportable commodities cultivated across the state. These species form a major part of local farming incomes. Mizoram's total horticultural output was estimated nearly 7,708,000 metric tons in 2023-24, which includes a sustainable contribution from species. In 2024-25, the state produced over 60,000 tons of ginger and nearly 30,000 tons of turmeric, reflecting the steady growth of the spice cultivation in Mizoram's hilly terrain and favorable climate. Mizoram is India's third largest producer of passion fruit, and cultivation is expanding rapidly due to favorable climate conditions. In 2023-24, the state produced over 3.4 lakh tons of fruits, including passion fruits, spread across nearly 69,000 hectares. Passion fruit processing has created new entrepreneurial opportunities in juice and concentrate production, offering additional income for farmers and women groups. Nitin Gadkari inaugurates and lays foundation stones for key national highway projects in Puducherry over 2,000 crores. Union Minister for Road and Transport Highways Shri Nitin Gadkari inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for three national highway projects worth over 2,000 crore along with Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry Shri K. Kailashnathan, Chief Minister Shri N. Rangaswamy, Union Minister Dr. L. Murugan, State Ministers, Member of Parliaments, MLAs, and senior officials in Puducherry. This includes the foundation stone laying for the construction of a 4 kilometer elevated corridor between Indira Gandhi Square and Rajiv Gandhi Square on NH 32, improvements to the 14 ECR road on the NH 332A, and the inauguration of the 38-kilometer four-lane Puducherry Pundiyan Koppam section NH 32. These projects are designed to enhance road safety and easier traffic congestion within the urban stretch from the Indira Gandhi Square to Rajiv Gandhi Square, reducing travel time from 35 minutes to just 10 minutes. They will also decongest Pondicherry's urban areas, resulting in significant fuel savings, reduced vehicular emissions, and lower operating costs. The improved road network will offer better connectivity for pilgrims visiting the Mandukula, Vinayagar Temple, Natraj Temple, Navgraha temples, and Sri Aurobindo Ashram. Motorists traveling from Villupuram towards Cuddalore, Chidambaram, and Nagapattinam will now be able to bypass the busy Puducherry town, saving approximately 50 minutes of travel time. National Household Income Survey (NHIS 2026). The National Statistics Office (NSO) under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation (MOSPI) is conducting large-scale household survey of diverse social and economic subjects, undertaken regularly since its inception in 1950s. Over the years, the National Sample Survey (NSS) has emerged as a vital source of official statistics for evidence-based policymaking, capturing household welfare, consumption, employment, health, assets, indebtedness, and related aspects of socio-economic development. Among the forthcoming surveys, a major new initiative is the National Household Income Survey (NHIS), scheduled to be launched in February 2026. This will be the first ever pan-India survey focused on measuring household income, representing a significant step toward filling a long-standing data gap in India's socio-economic statistics system. With a few with a view to provide necessary guidelines in conduct of the survey in India, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has constituted a technical expert group (TEG) under the chairman of Dr. Surjit S. Balla, former Executive Director of India International Monetary Fund. As per the recommendation made by the TEG, a pre-testing exercise of the draft schedule for the NHIS 2026 was conducted during 4 to 8 August 2025 to evaluate the clarity, comprehension, interpretability, and acceptability of the questionnaire. India hosts UN Troop Contributing Countries Chiefs Conclave in New Delhi. The Indian Army will host the United Nations Troop Contributing Countries (UNTCC) Chiefs Conclave in New Delhi beginning. The three-day conclave bringing together senior military leadership from 32 nations to deliberate on operational challenges, evolving threats, share best practices, and build shared understanding on future peacekeeping. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh will address the inaugural session of the conclave. The session will also feature chiefs and heads of delegations putting forth their viewpoints. Defense exhibitions, defense exhibitions for shared capacity building, bilateral and cultural exchanges will also feature during the conclave. और इसी के साथ करंट अफेयर्स हो जाती है समाप्त.